Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ironside cast with me, Matt. With everyone we went for all here on Crossroads on the Western Front. Representing the United States today, we have Mano, another commander. Representing the Axis today, we have Stockholm Mulvey, the main developer of Ironside, as Infanteriedivision. And starting with a Kampfkraftzentrum. Intriguing choice. And we also have some Volksgrenadiers coming out here. Apparently there was a patch that came out, but I've been given a older version of the mods to hopefully record some of the older replays, because I'm actually starting on a 3-week vacation when you're watching this. You'll probably be seeing it a few days after I've already begun this vacation, because I have other videos lined up, but you know, that's how things are. But hopefully the pack I've been given will work after this one. I'll need to figure out something else if it doesn't, no, but at least I can get this replayed on, I guess. We have the Americans moving about to secure ground, the Germans doing much the same. Nothing too much out of the ordinary here to start with. But the Volksgrenadiers have already opened fire in the echelon. And more Volksgrenadiers coming out. I assume Stockholm is planning for a very rapid veterancy up for the infantry. For the infantry as they tech up, I'm imagining. Which is why they have the Kampfkraftzentrum up. Ooh, the Americans might get very close here to the folks. Ooh, yeah, they have to pull back for better cover, I think. They need to keep a distance. You never want to be close range with the Americans. The Volksgrenadiers still around and capturing ground. Even more Volksgrenadiers are coming out. Little command choice from the Americans, though. They're taking it nice and slow. Good advancing up here. You also have a 30 caliber machine gun coming out from the United States, which is going to be where it sets up. But it is very important for the Wehrmacht that you do not actually have to build the Baracken to get all your basic equipment. You can get a light AT gun, a MG34, and the Volksgrenadiers all from the headquarters. So you don't even need to get the Baracken to get basic infantry out and everything else you need in the early game. You can rely on the headquarters, which can really help tech up fast, as we are seeing it's actually happening. Stockholm is going for a very rapid tech up. And that should, yep, give a veterancy for all his infantry. Which should start affecting things somewhat. Although veterancy 1 is not that big of a thing yet. A 10% increased accuracy, though, is pretty nice. But that is a lot of Americans there behind heavy cover. But meanwhile, the Volksgrenadiers are advancing on the other flank. But the Mulvies being a good distraction with those Volksgrenadiers down there. Now there's 30 caliber that the Germans have to deal with. And he's trying to get up here. Oh, getting just around the edge of it. Then tossing a Gebaldeladung. Forcing the 30 caliber back. Then there's more Americans nearby. They don't want to be close to that, but they did clear out the 30 caliber. Which will stop the Americans for a little bit, or at least delay them. But the Americans have secured the southern flank down here. The Germans are using their long-range capabilities to their advantage here. Lots of infantry moving about. And also, like, he's not retreating immediately, he's actually staying put for a while. He's trying to get as much out of his infantry as he can in this situation. We also have it. Oh, we're going for rapid tech up to tier 2 for Stockholm Mulvey. That's why they're not going for the Baracken at all. They are going for rapid up tiering. I wonder what they're planning. They still got pushed back this time. They probably realized they don't want to stay around for too long. So big retreat there from the Wehrmacht. We have still one more Volksgrenadier on the fields, being equipped with some Sturmgewehrs. Unique if you're playing as Infanteriedivision. The local matches from the United States, they're being very picky at the moment, I imagine. Trying to figure out what they want to go from here. And now we're seeing it down here to Baracken. Probably expecting to get something else out that might help with whatever might be coming. But the Volksgrenadiers are almost all fully replenished. Well, it might be to get medics, potentially. Oh, Sturmgewehrs, but they do seem to win out, but they did suffer some losses. Sturmgewehrs really can help them beat American infantry up close. At the very least in medium range. Baraka would be allowed to get the field infirmary, which is probably what he's going for. Because he needs to keep those infantry as fighting capable as possible. It also gives him access to the mortars and the MD-42, outclass, grenadiers, and some more unique stuff like the Jaegers and the Stormtroopers because of his division choice. Triple 30 caliber! Damn, that is a lot of machine guns from the Americans at the moment. One on every front, actually, on every angle. Make it very hard for the Germans to advance unless they get vehicles, which the Waffenkammer can provide. More Sturmgewehrs are being handed out too. That's a lot of assault rifles here for Germans to work with. Now, is he gonna get a half track or something is the question. I'll go for the typical 221. Ooh, can he overrun this machine gun? Oh, but the other machine gun is covered by the base machine gun. One grenade does go off though. And then it's enough to force the 30 caliber back. That gives the Germans a little bit more ground to work with. Smoke grenade being tossed there. Is it a 2-2? No, it's going to be a pack. Okay, he's expecting an early vehicle then. More smoke grenades being used. Good to see Dr. Mulvey using their abilities pretty frequently. And looks like the Americans gone for mechanized. Let's see how this turns out for them. One from Scalia squad runs off. But Germans have secured a lot of territory here. Great toss, not full of smoke. Aim for the 30 caliber. Didn't do too much. I think the Germans might want to consider getting. Oh, that's a very bad retreat path. But it looks like they got away far enough that it's not going to be much of a hindrance. You know, the Germans also trying to push up here in the center, but the 30 caliber prevents that. Going to be suppressed and pinned down pretty soon. Yep, they have to just pull back. And the next tier has now happened for the Wehrmacht. They might be going for an early Panzer structure. Maybe what the Pioneers are waiting back here for. The pack is rolling up slowly. What are the Germans going to do from here, I wonder? You have an American half-track here with some comm engineers. Unique to mechanize to call in like this. A very potent thing you can pull in early game when the enemy is not prepared for it. Another 30 caliber down the yeah, I think Dr. Mulvey is quickly realizing that the machine guns are just pinning him in. The half-track slowly advances up here. They can also capture ground while inside it. It gives them a little bit of an armored platform to work from. With grease guns and a 50 caliber on this thing, that is a very dangerous combination to fight. So Germans going to see if they can overrun the 30 caliber. Looks like they will succeed. The 30 caliber is just going to ditch out of there. Seeing the amount of Germans coming for them. He's also using Iron Will, which is a pretty damn good ability that not a lot of people actually use. Makes them very accurate. I think it's accuracy. No, they'll fire more accurate and they will use their equipment more frequently. Okay. You don't see people use Iron Will more enough. It really can help swing a fight in the Germans' favor. They also just gonna keep veterancy up thanks to the Kampfkraft Center the more they take up. Pretty damn handy ability to have. But now there's the half-track, and I don't think the Germans actually have the equipment for this at the moment. They don't have Panzerfaust already. And 50 caliber machine gun is gonna suppress them. But we do the pack rolling up behind. I think the Americans know there's a pack nearby. Or do they? Because once that pack gets into position, I get to get a good shot there off the half-track. Like that. Take it out quickly. That's a good play there from Dr. Mulvey. doing a pretty good job here just with Volksgrenadiers. Spraying them out using their Sturmgewehrs. Doing another take off for the United States here. Might be going for some actual vehicles. The Germans are quickly trying to run the 30 caliber. Pretty caliber does get cleared out, but I think that might be a dead Volksgrenadier squad. Yep, one Volksgrenadier squad does go down, but the Americans have suffered heavy losses. The Sturmgewehrs really just improved the counter capabilities of these foes. Another steel granada being tossed. That might be another dead squad. Yep. The Volksgrenadiers have suffered loss. We do also have some stormtroopers now arriving. Unique to Infantry Division, really high quality infantry, much better than the the Volksgrenadier. They can also be equipped with Sturmgewehrs, but also another weapon on top of that. Makes them very good at what they do. Whatever you want them to do, really. Probably one of the better squads in the game. If not one of the best squads the Wehrmacht can get. At least in terms of infantry. The Germans have secured a lot of ground quickly. What can the Americans do here? Probably waiting for that company, what's it called? Company command post to be set up so they can get some tanks or something, probably a Sherman. Here the Germans just secured ground. They are able to get vehicles if they need them. They might be waiting here for a Panzer IV potentially. At least what I'm assuming. The caliber being remanned. Again, splitting up so they can try and overwhelm the machine gun. Very good. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. I feel like 30 caliber is not really suppressing enough, though. Oh, that Gebaldelandung cleared it out. No, never mind. Remember back here that survived. We do have an A3 Sherman coming out. Exactly what Mano was waiting for, I'm assuming. But we do have a Panzer IV coming out for the Germans as well. Because it was a rush for a Panzer IV. That was the plan here for Stockholm Mulvey. And a Panzer IV early can be a pretty big thing to deal with if you're not prepared. Stormtroopers move about. They have been equipped with Sturmgewehrs. They get suppressed just as they get to cover though. And then some flamethrower. But still, it's not enough to dislodge Stormtroopers. Here comes the Panzer IV. Quickly being equipped with an MG42 on the top. Exactly as you probably should in this kind of situation. Where's the Sherman A3? It's going to be up here. The Volksgrenadiers are not being equipped with Panzerfaust, so they're not really prepared for a fight with a tank. That's the one drawback to the Volksgrenadiers. They don't come with any form of anti-tank equipment, unless you upgrade them with them. Will recoilless rifle fails to penetrate. Let's do some deflection damage. Oh! Main gun lost there! A3 can now rush it! Needs to be careful of that pack. Because they don't. Oh yeah, they just barely dodged the pack. Now he needs to get rid of that pack there. Get the caliber getting some shots in now on it. And now they pinned it. Or suppressed it. That pack really needs some support. Oh, high explosive round clears out the crew. That's the potency of the Sherman A3. Very good time. We have a second A3 coming out. Panzer IV needs some repairs immediately. We see a stock G also being prepared. An MD42 coming out as well. It looks like Stockholm Mulvey has to turn to a little bit more of a defensive playstyle now rather than offensive. Now the Americans starting to get their armored pieces out. Very good offensive early game though with the German infantry. Barely get to see people do that. Now the A3s can just move around the front line. And the Volkskrone is just not adequately equipped to deal with tanks. Especially now without support. Now the Americans move to secure ground. Hack and Stormtroopers doing their best to hold. High supposed to run me here against the Stormtroopers. Oh, and kills most of them. Actually, a little round kills off the last guy. Double pack is now present. Looks like they recovered the other pack. Or did the Germans steal that one? No, that is the Germans have both packs. Never mind. I'm stupid. It's early morning for me. A3 Sherman on the move here. Double A3 Shermans now. That's a very big thing for the Germans to deal with. Panzer IV going on the flank here. All the stock Gs are trying to keep the Shermans busy here near the packs. While that's going on, the Panzer IV can just do all the damage he needs to do down here. Stocky tries to advance here. Got to get a good shot in there and the A3. And Panzer IV got going for the kill potentially. Smoke being popped. Panzer IV should not move up without support though. It's not against two Shermans even if one of them is wounded. Because that can happen. Just one penetrating shot is enough to stop the Panzer IV doing whatever it plans to do. And the A3 Shermans are way more accurate on the move than German tanks are. German tanks are not very accurate on the move. They do not have gyro stabilizers like the American and British tanks do. Is that called gyro stabilizer or gyroscope? I'm not sure. I just know the Allied tanks, they only have an advantage in that regard, that they can be much more accurate on the move. Well, as long as they're not Soviet tanks, just British and American ones. Stock G trying to get a shot in there. Oh, good shots there. Stock has to back off quick. Family has a road here to use, and they do move fast on roads. Most vehicles do. They need repairs quick. We also have a squad of Grenadiers being repaired here now. And they are getting repair teams. Good to see. They need to just keep these vehicles operational. Third A3 Sherman being prepared as well. That's going to be a lot of Shermans. Americans moving to attack an open flank here. Mostly sound Europe need to focus on whenever it gets close. Good to do, focus on those Commandeers for a bit. And then they swap their target with the rifleman, very good. But there is a Sherman. The Sherman gets hit by a pack and decides to pull back. And he has to be equipped with an MG42. Probably thanks to the upgrade from the Baracken by looks of it, so it's not something he actually paid for directly, but it does mean you cannot pick any specific upgrade for them anymore. It's all future Grenadiers just arrive in an MG42. Which means you cannot get the MG42 100 rounds, which is unique to Infanterie. Which I'd say is just an overall better one. I guess it's more economical to just get the MG42 one. That one there. Also costs no munitions. Stock is ready for action again, so is the Panzer IV. Ooh, that's a lot of Shermans that are lined up. And the Germans hold all three Shermans pushed together. That's the main question. A lot of Shermans working together is actually a very difficult thing because they all get the radio net thing that makes them all better. Because the Allied tanks are coordinating. Stock is lucky that it did not get penetrated by any of those rounds. Well, this is going to Panzer IV and some Pioneers are solely down here. Mostly some legal mines, just in case.
Listen up.
I'm not sure what the Americans are planning on in this situation. The Germans so far just clean terrain, and that's a lot of Eagle mines. What are you planning there, Dr. Mulvey? That is certainly going to stop any tanks that drive over those. Or perhaps that's the plan. To lure the American armor down there. Into the mines.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
More pioneers are arriving though. Most of the packs are being used to clear terrain. Not the most efficient use of their shells, I'd say. And here comes the Shermans. They don't know about the Regals. Ooh. They need to be very careful.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Oh, they dodged them just. I don't think infantry triggers Regal mines. That is very close that they hit those. I think the Germans know the Shermans are out there. Hack has already been relocated down here. Oh, this Panzer Force gonna have a hard time. Oh, yeah. That's 3 Shermans all looking at it. Just pull back. Again, the Regal mines are just sitting there. All it takes is one Sherman drive a little bit too close. Ooh. Nothing else is going on along the front line. That is so close. If he had just put the mines a little bit further up, they would have hit those Shermans. And this truck just allows the Americans to keep their Shermans operational here. We also have an American lieutenant and a captain now arriving, so that's a lot of officers suddenly arriving on the field here for the United States. What are they planning, I wonder? Germans on the advance again. Stock is waiting. Very patiently. Smoke being popped. Not a good shot there. Let's see if they drive it. Oh, one Sherman down. But one stock also goes down. And now let's see if they're gonna hit the Regal mines. Yep, one Regal mine. Only one. Still, that's weakened the Shermans a fair bit. Or at least one of them. They will get repaired thanks to the truck. But for this single Volksgrenadier. Actually, never mind. This Volksgrenadier is doing a lot of work because the Americans are not in cover to fight. That's our veteran C5 Volksgrenadiers. That's a very dangerous squad. Get a lot of work done. They're just quickly scavenging the wreck of their own stock. For a little bit extra resources. Artillery's been called here by an American officer. Also the American captain, actually. Private barrage of 101 or 105, I mean. Very widespread, not very accurate, but the shells land quickly, as you can see. Well, now we have a Pack 43 being set up here in 88. That'll certainly stop any Allied tank push down here. Also, rapid mobilization happening. So now the Germans can get a lot more of their basic infantry out. That'll certainly help them maintain their field presence. It's a little bit cheaper manpower-wise for their basic infantry, so the Germans can kinda replace their losses somewhat. Artillery going in there, just to force the Germans off. But now there's double Pack 43. Now the Allied avenue of a vehicle is kinda slimming down. We don't really have enough to push through somewhere anymore, I think. At least in my opinion. Panzer IV on the move here. Wonder where the Panzer IV-H is moving. Well, there's a Sherman also moving about. Guess it's moving to intercept that. Got a good shot there. It looks like the A3 hit the other Eagle mine but got prepared. And you fold 2 on these Grenadiers doing a good job keeping this 30 caliber occupied. Have to reload it very frequently because it's only a 50 round version. You also have a commando bunker set up here. You can call in the Luftlande, which is the unique battle group available to Infanterie. We rarely get to see them, but I've seen them a few times. ECH Sherman coming out here from the United States. Probably the best version of the Sherman in my opinion. Unique to mechanized armor, I think. The Germans just trying to get some ground, but they're under fire from the base machine guns now. You don't manage to decapture the point though. It's probably good enough for them. Oh, you can move through that area. I guess it's been blown up. Panzer IV-H moves to intercept. They might be planning to take out that base turret. Oh, that's most certainly what it's going for. It's going for that base machine gun nest. If they can clear that out, their infantry can move a lot more freely up here. There we go, gunner killed. Here comes the Shermans. Get some good flanking shots in. Oh, the Panzer IV could overstand the wheels of the EC8 now, but they did clear out the gunner there. If the Americans repair that machine gun nest, they will get the machine gunner back. Jim's just moving about. And now the Pack 43 will stop an ECA very easily. If he gets in range, that is. Oh, it's gonna get into range soon. There it is. Yeah, and Pack 43 just needs one round through. That's ECA gone. That's why you should never move your tanks up without knowing what's ahead. And some infantry out is generally a very good idea to scout ahead of your vehicles. They're fighting with several Pack 43s now, which is certainly not an easy thing to break through. Here comes the counter assault here from the Infanterie. The Germans keep playing cover, very good. They can open up more avenues of fire. That's a lot of Sturmgewehrs now opening fire. The Americans do not have much cover to work with. The Club is doing its best, but without the machine gun of the base, not really working out for them. There's still machine guns in the base there, though. The Germans have no vehicles at the moment. Not that they need it. They still need to get an opening to get inside that American base. To be calling here by the American lieutenant. Give us on the assault. Trying to get it to move up further. This is some artillery. Oh, that's a bad artillery shell. Almost killing that entire squad. Oh, looks like the Americans have prepared enough to get a gunner back. Now that's a problem for the Germans. Grenade there on the machine gun turret. Laying out the gunner again, but they can just easily repair it. But Germans start to suffer some losses here. They have to pull back, regrouping. And the Americans are just taking in down here too. Playing a 50 caliber machine gun in that fighting position. And also fortifying it. Pioneers are getting up here close. They're being suppressed by the Sherman. Forces them off. have a full tech up here for the Wehrmacht. Well, I wonder what they're planning to do. Might be going for a Jagdpanzer or something. The Jagdpanzer is not that useful if an enemy doesn't use that many tanks, I reckon. But who am I to judge? I'm sure Dr. Mulvey has a very good plan in their mind. So we're going in here again from the Lieutenant. Oh, the Americans getting a Calliope now. That is something that could be a problem for the German defense. Calliope is a ship with a rocket battery on top of it. And that'll certainly be able to cause some damage here. If they can kill the crew of a Pack 43 and then assault after a Calliope strike, now that could actually be a very big problem. Pack 40 being rolled up here to support the infantry as they get into a position. German's 50 caliber machine gun suppressors. That's moving in position of the Pack, but a smoke grenade does pop. Pack misses. Oh, high explosive kills the Force Grenadiers. Oh, painful. Those high explosive rounds for the Shermans can be very dangerous. As you can probably tell. Grenadiers are advancing forwards. Been too out of the ordinary at the moment. Oh, double Grenadiers are coming now instead of Post Grenadiers. Calliope's getting up. I wonder if they'll start opening fire immediately or not. Probably aim to try and take out that Pack 43 first. All it needs is like 1 or 2 lucky rockets there and they'll be able to take it out. I think the Germans saw the Calliope. So they know that they have to be prepared for it. And spread out. But man also needs some infantry to push up when the attack begins. Talk quickly moving around to help prepare the Sherman back in the base. Very mobile as the US mechanized are very good at being. And he's trying to push down here, but they're running into a fighting position.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements. Keep it going.
Plus the American captain just getting some shots in as well. Other squad gets close down here. Trying to Panzerfaust the fighting position. But I guess they're being suppressed too much. Now they get pinned down. Another fight the Germans want to keep having. It all comes down to where this Calliope opens fire, if the Americans can push through, I think. But if they can take out a Pack 43, the Americans might have an opening up here for their tanks. But they need to act swiftly. Very swiftly. What is Mano gonna do? They have minesweepers as well, just in case. Guess after those Regal mines, they decided that they need to be careful. The Germans are just digging in, preparing for the worst. Americans are digging in there as well with a trench, probably with that machine gun. It's somewhat quieted down at the moment. A little bit of a push here from the Pioneers just to scout ahead. Both sides are taking it slow. Both sides still trying to figure out where they want to go from here. We are gonna see Jagdpanzer. Probably a decent choice, all things considered, to be honest. I personally wouldn't say it fits a lot, but I suppose with all the tanks they might be facing, it makes sense. It's also quite well armored. Calliope opens fire. Aiming around here, I reckon. Looks like it. Will a rocket get lucky? 1. Ooh, not enough. None. Oh, never mind! It's cleared out, but the Germans can quickly be manned. There was no push prepared. You really should be ready to push the instant your rocket artillery is going on while it's actually still going. At least in my opinion. Because now the Germans are just going to recover. So the artillery strike practically did nothing. This is my recommendation if you're using rocket-based artillery. Like, if you're just using it to fire and soften up the enemy, you need to like push doing or almost immediately after, because as you can see, the Germans have basically recovered already. They've already remanned the Pack 43 and they're already repairing it. And the infantry is already ready to get back into fighting positions. So basically it achieved more or less nothing. It's a very important thing to remember. Because the Americans doing an infantry assault down here realize they cannot do that. So Grenadiers are docking with MG42s. And with that, the Grenadiers are now advancing out. Use some mindful grenades on the captain. Missing. The strike being holding here by the captain, but the Germans are already running out of there. Realizing what's about to happen.
Medics are ready to take the field.
Red barrage is very inaccurate, so I never know where those shells hit. Another EC-8 arriving. And a squad of American medics on the field now. They got a medic position. An aid station.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
And the Jagdpanzer is actually going to be very dangerous for the American tanks to fight head on. This thing is actually really damn good at what it does, at least frontally. It is a Panzerjäger after all. Also a squad of half class arriving here, well, a team. And he is ready to move with the Jagdpanzer. Ready to move quickly. And he is scouting ahead for it. You see the way it's his first shot on the infantry because of it. Now the Jagdpanzer has the advantage because its flanks also covered by the infantry. That's exactly how you're supposed to do this. Just keep infantry nearby your tanks to support them. Oh, vehicles. Oh, good shot for that EC-8 though. It's gonna force it back somewhat, I think, unless it wants to risk it. And probably want to pull that Jagdpanzer back for repairs. Or they're just missing an open blitz instead. Try and get the repairs to the front line. The Germans decide to pull back. They don't want to stay there for too long. No point wasting resources there. Open blitz driving onto the front line here. Not much happening on the northern flank. Somewhat quieting down. Let's get some more water here. It is kind of hot still. Then just get inside the structure, but immediately under a lot of fire. And the American recon guy is actually on an angle with the structure where he cannot be hit. Very lucky little position there. Just laying there along the house with his squeeze gun. Oh, looks like some pioneers have stolen an American flamethrower. But Ladon being tossed over there, trying to clear out this area. But we actually clears out some of the foliage. It's an easy approach for them. Trying to clear more of the cover, very good. Very good to see Stockholm actually trying to change the battlefield conditions to his favor. That's a very important thing you should all make use of if you know how. Can really change a lot of factors if you can just suddenly see the enemy and deny cover. Calliope rockets going out. It's heading down here instead. I'm not sure how useful that barrage might have been. Certainly doesn't seem like it did much. But Americans are pushing.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
They actually managed to get close. The coilers does miss though. The Pack 43 has been spotted.
Territory is out of contact.
But now with the German counter assault, they decide to pull back. Second Calliope is coming up behind this though. So the Americans can lay down even more rocket artillery. We need to see how well that turns out for them. Black Pan's on the move. Staying close to the infantry, good to see. And then we have a Calliope opening fire again. Gonna be the second one.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Oh, good smoke grenade on the fighting position, which allows the Pioneers to push up. That is very good teamwork there for the German infantry. And throwing a Gewaltladung on it, which should clear it out. Which indeed it does. Good use of your various infantry abilities.
The enemy is overrunning one of our
But the American tanks are still present.
enemies are swarming.
Fighting position does get cleared out thanks to the flamethrower. The Panzer's trying to get shots in on the ECA. Good shot there, loader injured. Second Jagdpanzer also arriving. Now this can fight most of the Allied tanks up front. Especially with double Jagdpanzer, that's a lot of very big guns. The Americans have to consider pulling back after this. The Germans can slowly creep up now. Because the Allied tanks, we need to see if they can outflank the Jagdpanzers. They're not easy vehicles to fight head on. You're gonna see 3-inch guns being pulled out to try and deal with this. So some bigger AC guns from the United States. Or just one 3-inch and then another EC8 being prepared.
Capture point is being overrun.
And the German infantry is advancing bit by bit, being supported by these Jagdpanzers. We have more German infantry also heading south to help with the push. The Jagdpanzers just ensure that the Allied tanks cannot intervene. And now we have mortar grenadiers moving over here. There's shots into the recon guy and killing him.
We just lost a unit.
And the 30 caliber can start hitting the infantry to send them out. Press them and bring them to the ground.
Tank support is here.
Range gun has arrived though, which is gonna somewhat force the Jagdpanzers to back off a little bit. Also, are trying to advance, but they're on the machine gun fire. That didn't really work out this time. Quickly getting mowed down, as you can see. You see it pushing over some more American infantry. Oh, they get hit by Jagdpanzer. I might have to get immobilized there. Indeed, his tracks are gone. Making it an easy target. Oh, but recoilers hit the Jagdpanzer front. And the Allies saved this EC8. They are working on it. We managed to get the tracks repaired. Smoke being popped. Jagdpanzers might have overextended. Oh, and they miss. Stu 42 also being prepared here. Stuck with a howitzer on it. Very good for dealing with American infantry. Or just Allied infantry in general. But the Jagdpanzers have to pull back for repairs, I reckon.
Armor here.
EC8's pulling back for repairs here.
You ready to roll out?
I feel the Americans need some more dedicated infantry to support these vehicles. Some mechanized infantry would be very good. Some cavalry troopers, probably. Yeah, these guys here, the cavalry troopers squads, generally pretty good.
Armor ready.
The Germans control both fuel points at the moment. Fortunately for the Americans, it's not a victory point game, else the Germans will probably be winning pretty big at the moment. Pioneers are being suppressed there by the machine gun. And the Jagdpanzers are so far just getting their own repairs from the Open Blitz. As German infantry prepares to push up again to support. Calliope opens fire though. That could be a problem for the Germans depending on where the rockets hit. Oh, looks like a pack got cleared out. Big push from the United States. Stu does manage to kill some of the infantry though. The Stu is very dangerous for all these American infantry. And the Jagdpanzer just deal with the Shermans. And the Stu is just being used to bombard the front line too. Because that is the thing you can do. You can actually use this as an artillery strike. We'll fire 3 rounds. Pretty long time between each round, or did he just fire 1 round? He might just have fired 1 round and then cancelled. He's aiming for that trench. And clears it out. That's very good dealing with the infantry after all and fortified positions. And its big purpose. The German infantry remains nearby. But gets hit by a 3-inch. Forcing it back. That's a lot of German infantry coming up behind it.
Send your orders. Steady up. The capture point is under attack.
Here they come. That's a lot of German and assault forces. And the EC8s pull forces back. Because that is a lot. That is 2 Jagdpanzers in supporting range of each other. Oh, good hit there from the recoilers though. 1 Jagdpanzer down. EC8s do fire really damn fast. And the sheer rate of fire of the EC8s can really turn a fight around. Panzerfaust happily equipped though, so this shipment is getting too close. Oh, that was an anti-tank rifle grenade. The other one did not have a Panzerfaust. That's going to force the Germans' armor off for a bit, I think. But the Americans need to get some ground quick.
The enemy is taking our territory.
But they need to be careful of this Stu. Because the Stu is still dangerous. But the Allies are trying to take territory back as quick as they can. Oh, good shot there from the recoilers. I guess when the recoiler starts hit, it does do a pretty good amount of damage. Well, if it penetrates, that is. Apparently it has very low penetration. This is what the Americans have instead of the AT rifle. Can you deal with that one? Nope. It is also a Jagdpanzer. It's not an easy target to penetrate from the front. So I think the recoilers would not have an easy time there. Those stays, as you can see though, like most deflection shots do. Wilson is getting close. Rain assault on the rear echelon. Lieutenant is actually doing a pretty good job though with his carbines. Just laying down a lot of fire on the German infantry. The German infantry did lack cover out here. That's also very fire lieutenant, by the way. Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. That might be a high explosive round from the Jagdpanzer coming his way. Misses. That's a lot of Germans coming his way. Can this lieutenant squad survive? Being behind heavy cover is certainly helping them. The carbines do give them a lot of rate of fire. But they're under a lot of fire themselves. And Lieutenant himself goes down. Takes out one squad there. But do not underestimate the carbine. That thing is surprisingly decent. 30 rounds and you can reload it super fast and it's pretty high rate of fire. The fact that it has 30 rounds and the fact that it's just a very quick reload makes it a really good weapon for situations like that. Squad does go down, but do not underestimate the carbine. I'm generally a pretty big fan of it. But the allies are running out of infantry. More reasons are being called in. I personally think they should go for some cavalry troopers, in my opinion. But Germans are now slowly advancing again to get ground. As they slowly push up. Getting the graveyard again. Well, you can't really see it's been a graveyard anymore for the most part. Most of the graves are actually smashed over. I guess the fighting has been that aggressive down here. German A3 pushes up here. Needs to be very careful. You see some EC8s coming up on the flank. Close to the A3 was just a distraction. One Jagdpanzer down. Yeah, the rate of fire of the EC8s are just really showing itself here. With that Jagdpanzer down, it's an opening for the allies, but the Jagdpanzer still getting some good shots in. Another EC8 being prepared. Oh, now the Stu tries to penetrate there, but fails. That's a lot of EC8s coming onto the field. They don't really have the munitions for the Calliope. Actually, if they were a little bit, they might. But the Americans still just need infantry. It's just a lack of infantry here to support the pushing vehicles. And the Stu is just applying pressure across the front line. More officers are called onto the front line. And the Stu just slowly clears out the trench, like it's supposed to. And of its purpose. There we go, another trench cleared. The EC8s are preparing. Live here ring fire. Stu gets taken out. Oh, good rocket right there. Germans also trying to secure points up here. So far working out for them. Another good shot there from the Jagdpanzer. But they have to pull back. It's the veteran 5 Jagdpanzer now, by the way. But Germans can just move so quickly. The Germans are very nimble. Nimble? That's probably not the right word. Maneuverable? Yeah, maneuverable. That's the right word. But what the Germans going to do up here? They still don't really have anything to break through that Pack 43. And the Allies lost a lot of ground here. Also, the fact you can just hide the blitz out of the open seems a little bit silly, but who am I to judge? Ooh, yeah, that's too much just keeping this ground covered. There's an MT-42 and everything. But the Allies still have a lot of tanks, they just need to make use of them properly. But that might be the EC8. No, it looks like it's able to back off. And the Allies take out that Jagdpanzer. We do have another Jagdpanzer arriving. Also the veterancy. Looks like the Stokomovies made good use of the Kampfkraft Center to get their thing as veteran as possible as they arrive. Germans on the move. And that is a lot of Sherman. But the Jagdpanzers are present. Can the Allies push through here? I don't think it'll be easy. Oh, never mind. Easy to get some good shots in. The American officers also pushing up as well. Oh, but there goes one EC8. Just double tap there by two Jagdpanzers. Another one goes down. The Jagdpanzers pull back for repairs. The Allies need to keep the pressure up. They allow these Jagdpanzers to get repaired. That'll certainly be a big problem. Just moving the EC8s up like that is just going to make them easy targets.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Like that. The US Germans up here though as well, keeping the German infantry at bay. But the Allies just need more units on the field, more infantry. Looks like this Pack 43 got cleared out back here, but the Germans don't need no rush to reman it. There's no danger at the moment. No real danger anyway. More grenadiers and force grenadiers being requisitioned. They are cheaper though thanks to the upgrade after all, so they can certainly afford it a lot easier. But the Allies just lack the mechanized infantry here.
We have a fresh grenadier squad. MG-42! Send your orders.
Germans are still about though, but I don't think the Allies can really do much with just that. Like Stockholm is making very good use of the Jagdpanzers. And also keeping them close, they can actually double tap and support each other. Although the fact they can just camouflage out in the open, I do find very silly to take out another command squad. I do wish the camouflage thing was not so silly, you can just sit up out in the open. Perhaps if it was relying on if there was light cover or heavy cover next to you. That would be a very nice change. At least in my opinion. I'm not sure how feasible that is. I don't know how to code in Company of Heroes 2, and I imagine it's not that easy. So a mage on the field now, not sure how useful he'll be. Now if he's just gonna push the 3-inch guns, there's no infantry to cover them.
We're losing a capture point.
My plane's also going in to try and help. And the Jagdpanzers just wait for any Shermans that'll come and intercept. And then they're going for the kill. Just like that. And bam, one Sherman gone. Now they just need to focus on the EC8. And there we go. EC8 gone.
We just lost a medium tank.
That's not good for Mano here. Not looking good for Manu at all. Some more force grenadiers also advance. Trying to apply their pressure. A3 Sherman also moving about. Oh, good shot there from an A3, actually killing a guy with an AP round, but I don't think it's gonna help now that the Jagdpanzer is coming up. Yep, just one good shot there from the Jagdpanzer. That Sherman is almost taken out immediately. That second shot. You can see how fast it'll reload when it's eventually 5.
A medium tank was just lost.
I think this is over for the United States. The Germans got the upper hand here. Quickly moving into the Americans with the Sturmgewehrs. Yeah, I don't think the Americans can make a comeback here. Lucas is making very good use of combined arms here. And good use of the German infantry. And yeah, Mano calls the GG. And they surrender. Very good match. A lot of action. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all next time, everyone. Bye bye.